What's going on, everybody? This is Scott, also known as Cha-Ching King, and since my house is full of stuff, and I've got the free garage sale coming up, and my storage building at the house is full of stuff, I am heading to the Goodwill bins in Waco to go see if I can find more stuff I don't need. I love the Goodwill bins. The Waco one has been disappointing lately only because they're changing out 3 bins at a time, which means everybody that's there waiting to go through bins is waiting to go through 3 bins. So I'm hoping it'll be better today. I'll try and film a little bit while I'm there because, as you know, the bins are one of the most exciting places you can be. I just haven't been much lately simply because we have so much stuff. So let's go say hi to the people at Goodwill, and let's go see if we can find something cool. Here we go. We're here. If those are new, vintage socks go for a bunch. Those are definitely not new. I wish those were new, but see, they're not. They're worn out. That's a shame. That's interesting. Like a net Funatello. I would love it if they would bring bins. I've been here about 30 minutes and no bins yet. And that's the thing about the Waco. It's if they're not changing bins, it gets hard. There's some interesting socks. I wish there were some new ones in here. I'll pop some comps up of vintage socks. Some of those tube socks will surprise you, if you didn't know. Okay, this is old. Or it feels old. Look at that. That's a uniform. See, that's what I'm about right there. Look at that. It's pretty starched, but it's missing some of the buttons. But I'm 100% getting that. All right, give me some more uniforms like that. Look at that. I think that might be Habitat for Humanity. Love them. How's it going? Doing all right. Oh, look at fire hose pants, I think. They've got paint and all on them. We'll take a look at them. They just announced in here that anybody touching the bins is going to be told to leave, no more warnings. And I am super happy to hear that. This had gotten pretty bad with people just grabbing and pushing and shoving, and we might start coming to the Goodwill bins more if there's a little bit more control.
Y ahorita yo voy con Jimmy, si no me contesta, pues voy a tener que ir. Es que ni quiero ir porque van a decir que andan en el sitio que tiene que hacer.
Old Tommy.
Sí, eso es en la tarde, ¿verdad? Está bueno. Dígale que la deja atrás en la lavadora. ¿Cómo?
Those are Boy Scout right there, guaranteed. Not that they're... probably not in good enough condition for me. And see it, I don't want to see that where it's already been through a Goodwill. If it's been through the Goodwill retail location, your odds of finding something are less. Pretty picked over right now. Hopefully they'll bring out some clothes while I'm here. I like the rodeo shirts. This one's not that old. It's pretty worn and it's heavily starched. You probably can't tell that on the camera. That is hard to get out. Fabric. Hope I didn't do that. Hard to do this one-handed. This looks mostly like it's been through the main store. Oh, I thought that said Gene Autry. I'd love to find a 1950s tie. Fabric samples. All right, I'll check back in. I am here at Goodwill. I've got a few things in the basket, not a lot. This is the problem with Waco. Like, I'm gonna pan and show you a little bit of the layout, but they've changed exactly one row. A row only has 3 bins in it of clothes the whole time I've been here. So here's the plate. That's the whole thing. And let me give you an idea what I got. This is by far the coolest thing right here. That is like a 1950s candy striper outfit. Super cool, or like a nurse or an orderly of some kind. And this is not super old. This is probably late 90s, early 2000s, but that's pretty cool. It does say Habitat on it. That's cool. I love the colors on it. That's the tag. Like that. This, I'm sure, is made to look like a net funicello. I'm going to get it, just see if I can clean it up. A net funicello sweater would have been bound at the bottom with like a gathered cuff almost at the bottom. But that's still pretty cool. This is alpaca. It doesn't have a brand in it. And alpaca, some of them can be quite valuable, but this one will probably not go for a ton, simply because I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a brand on it. But super cool. Love alpaca sweaters. And I don't normally pick up loft at all, but I will either sell this or find somebody who can use it. It was new with tags. It's polka dot, which is cool, and it's a pantsuit. So that is all I've got so far today. I'm going to wait and see if they change bins again. But so far, that's it. Oh, I hear them changing a bin out, so wish me luck. Reef is a pretty good brand.
Yeah.
Those feel cheap. Super cheap, actually. All right, I'm back from the Goodwill bins. Melody, do you want to be on camera?
Not today.
You said the same thing the last time I asked you. Found some cool stuff, met some cool people, but they're doing the same thing. They changed 3 bins at a time. So there's literally 20, 25 people lined up to go through 3 bins. And so it's just not worth it. This is pretty cool. It is a vintage beanie. Does that focus on that?
Let's see. Yes, you got it.
All right. So I got a vintage beanie. This is, the brand is Land's Originals.
Ooh, it's pretty.
Yeah. It's a prairie style dress.
Yeah.
The Land's Originals go for $75, give or take. This one will have to be cleaned up, but...
Can we see the tag?
If it... Does it show up?
Uh-huh. Nice.
All right. And then I picked up this contraption.
Baby carrier?
It's a baby carrier, new with tags from Ergo Baby. I did look this one up, and it looked like it was somewhere around $45 or $55.
Oh, nice.
And see if I can.
There you go.
It is in brilliant condition, and it's a hood. It's Decente. Does that show up?
Yes.
1980s. Like, this thing is perfect. It just is as nice a condition as I've ever seen.
Yeah. Shiny.
Yeah. That should bring $100 in the fall. These are socks. I wouldn't have picked these up, but I have probably
Oh, wow.
20 pairs of them. And so what I'll do with these is I'll show you. They're just soccer socks, but they have the number on them, and there's at least a couple of different numbers. And when you buy them by weight, if there's 20 of them, I'll be able to take that and get that to somebody. But I have all the socks.
Wow.
I didn't count how many pairs. Nobody else wanted them, so they were all giving them to me.
So you know you gave practice jerseys to a whole high school team one time. So
Yeah. So.
that's awesome.
All right. This is a dress. I thought it was a dress, and I wasn't going to get it. It's from Loft, because we don't really pick up Loft. But this is not... First of all, it's new with tags. I cannot.
Yeah, little jumpsuit romper. It's cute.
But it's like... Not, what do you call it? Pants something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Romper.
It doesn't weigh...
Give us
a pound,
something to put on
so-
Poshmark.
This... this doesn't have a tag in it, but this
Wow.
is alpaca.
Aw. Yeah.
And it was,
cute.
I think it's actually in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the old wooden buttons. So something like that. We've had a lot of alpaca.
Yeah.
And it sells.
That'll do well.
It'll sell, what do you think, 50?
Yeah.
Give or take?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this...
Like Annette Bonicello? What is that?
Bonicello?
What's her name?
Funicello.
Annette,
I think Annette...
Annette Funicello?
I think Annette Bonicello is like some adult star.
Is that what that is? Like
yes,
a play?
but the original Annette Funicello had, when she was on the Mickey Mouse Club, it had a gathered bottom on it. But I just got it because I was like, that's like kind of cool.
You think it's hers?
No.
I wonder if it's part of a costume or something.
Can you see the tag?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's how I'll sell it, as part of a costume. And this...
Oh, wow. I love that.
It's one of the old nursing outfits. Probably... Now, it's missing some of the buttons. And I want to show you a couple of things. It's Parker, which is the uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some of those before.
Yeah, we have.
Is that showing up on there?
The red and white ones. Yes.
And so I would guess 1960s on this. And it has... I'll show you the button. Tell me if the button's centered.
Yep, shows up.
All right, so, but it has this style of button where they're held on with the back of it looks like this. Is it showing up?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that pulls out. That's really tight. It's been on there a long time.
Some of the old hats were like that.
And so, yeah, some of the hats that we had from the Candy Striper outfits were that way. So, even though this is missing buttons, it's not like you have to sew buttons on from something else. The Candy Striper outfits like this, I've been getting 100 to 100 a quarter. This one is blue, which is really rare.
They're almost all red and white.
So I feel like I should be able to get 75 to 100 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I spent... It was 18 pounds, and it cost me $22.52. They charged me tax. They updated their computer system, didn't have it. And that's it. Not the best trip to the Goodwill bins, but certainly not a bad one. I picked up stuff nobody else wants, and that's kind of what we do. Mm-hmm. So, hope you enjoyed it. We have something exciting coming up next week. Cross your fingers that I get to do it. And if so, I'll have a video out for it, but I appreciate you being here. Melody, do you have anything to add?
I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.
Do you want to be on the camera?
No.
All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.